But
is
before we
funny.
get started, let's explain. Did any of you realize that it was World Menopause Day or that it was such a day?
I ain't gonna even lie, not till I seen your reel.
Ladies, did y'all realize that?
No, and gonna be honest, that is not what my research is on today. I did research on the women draft and like what the draft
But
is, and
but I'm glad you did that. We're gonna tie that into this. This all
Yeah.
ties in. There's always a
and
plan.
and if people don't know, I suffer with PCOS. I have had very irregular periods my entire life. I didn't even have my first period till I was 19 years old in college, and that had to be medically induced with birth control. I got off of birth control because I
Yeah.
didn't like medication, and my
Hell
doctors
no.
changed my prescription on me without telling me. So I'm working in my life to live a healthier lifestyle, to have a period regularly and naturally. So well, I don't know how I will be affected by menopause, because one interesting fact about menopause is the earlier you start your period is the earlier you start your menopause. For example, my aunt Crystal is my mom's younger sister, but she started her period when she was 13, and my mom didn't start her period till she was 15. So my mom is 46 now and my aunt is 43, and she's beginning to go through the hot flashes and mood swings of menopause. And my mom isn't going to go through that for another couple years, because the sooner you start your period, the sooner you start menopause. And I found that very interesting because, like, a woman is born with all of the eggs that she will have for her entire life. And every period, an egg is is sent out in hopes of being impregnated. But if it's not, that is when we bleed. So it's very interesting to me that the earlier you start your period, the earlier you start your menopause. So like there's a window of like the ideal time to have a child and to conceive, and that those eggs are viable. So it's very interesting to me about that, because so many people start their period at so many different ages, and more women or young girls these days are starting their periods at like 8 years old. So like by the time they're like 35 or something, they could be starting menopause. And that's going to be a huge medical issue for us to look into in the coming years. So I find that very interesting.
I did not know that.